Hello Internet, and welcome back to my series of film reviews. Last time we covered Beetlejuice, and now we've made it to one of my favorite DC movies, and one of my favorite movies period, Joker. Released on October 4th, 2019, Joker is a standalone movie about the origin of Batman's greatest foe, the Clown Prince of Crime. It stars Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck, or Joker. This is one of two quote-unquote real names for the Joker on screen. The first, of course, being Jack Napier, which is Jack Nicholson's Joker from Tim Burton's Batman from 1989. Arthur Fleck is a failed stand-up comedian and a failed party clown with a mental condition that makes him laugh uncontrollably at inappropriate times. This Joker does not have an electric joy buzzer, or Joker venom, or razor tip playing cards, or flower that sprays acid, or any of the Joker's signature weapons from the comics. This movie is just about a mentally ill, down on his luck loser from a crippling Gotham City where society is beyond fucked. It is directed by Todd Phillips, who previously directed the Hangover trilogy, Road Trip, Old School, and the film adaptation of Starsky and Hutch. Oh yeah, this movie is also rated R for strong bloody violence, disturbing behavior, language, and brief sexual images. So if your kids are into Batman and DC Comics, do not show them this movie, or Birds of Prey, or The Suicide Squad, or Joker Valley à Deux. Like Deadpool and Wolverine, this movie pulls no punches with the R rating. There's plenty of fucks, plenty of bloody moments, and bloody moments that'll give your kids serious PTSD. Joker is a character study about mental illness and its psychological and sociological effects. And it is a cautionary tale about how society's disregard to those who are less fortunate will create a person like the Joker, a mentally ill person who turns to killing. And some people were concerned that this film would inspire real-world violence in the likes of films like Taxi Driver or even A Clockwork Orange. Now, I've only seen A Clockwork Orange once, and it's one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen. And I can confirm that Joker is equally disturbing. People were so concerned to the point where this movie didn't even play in Aurora, Colorado, or let's just say something happened during a screening of The Dark Knight Rises in 2012. And despite all the political violence and disturbing themes of a society on the brink of collapse, there were no incidents that resulted from screenings of Joker. And also, the screening of Joker I went to when I first saw it had a warning at the door saying that Joker was not for children and that it was rated R for a reason. Something similar happened with Logan, another movie that pulled zero punches with the R rating, and which I reviewed on this channel a few months ago. Joker received a shit ton of awards, including Best Actor for Joaquin Phoenix, and Best Original Score for an Icelandic composer whose name I can never for the life of me pronounce. It even won Golden Globes for both Best Actor in a Drama Motion Picture and Best Original Score. It was even nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, losing to Parasite. And for the longest time, Joker was the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time, until it was beat out by Deadpool and Wolverine. This video will contain spoilers to Joker, so if you have not seen Joker yet, please do! But don't show it to your kids. You can certainly show them Deadpool, but don't show them Joker. But anyway, here we go. These are my thoughts on Joker. For some reason, the movie starts off with an older Warner Brothers logo, probably to show that this is a period piece taking place in 1981. Joker has some of the best visuals I've seen in a movie in a very long time. It looks very dark and gloomy, and that is definitely what Todd Phillips was going for. The only time the movie becomes bright and colorful is towards the end where Arthur is invited onto the Murray Franklin Show, a show hosted by Murray Franklin, played by the great Robert De Niro. And according to Robert De Niro, his role in Joker plays homage to his character from the 1982 film The King of Comedy, where he played a comedian who was obsessed with a talk show host. All throughout the movie, we get to see just how fucked up in the head Arthur Fleck is. And I don't just mean laughing uncontrollably at the worst possible times. I mean he has a bunch of delusions involving his neighbor played by Zazie Beetz. All throughout the movie, we see a nice relationship between the two of them, until it is revealed towards the middle of the film that it was all just one big fucked up fantasy in Arthur's fucked up head. Another example is where he imagines himself on Murray Franklin's show and he's welcomed and accepted by him. But we later learn that it's not the case at all, when his failed stand-up act goes viral all across Gotham City, making headlines and causing people to mock him for his uncontrollable laughter. Thus, he's labeled as the Joker. That's when he adopts the persona of Joker.
You never see it coming. You say that my mind is the best for right.
Oh ha ha, Joker from Persona 5. Very fucking funny. I bet you guys saw that joke coming from a mile away, didn't you? You're welcome. I mean, yes, Persona 5 is one of my favorite JRPGs, and Joker is definitely one of my favorite video game characters and one of my Smash Ultimate mains. But he's definitely up there with Sonic, Mario, Link, Mega Man, Nathan Drake, Joel and Ellie from The Last of Us, and Sora as one of my favorite video game protagonists of all time. So yeah, society hasn't been kind to Arthur, and he makes a name for himself by killing 3 drunk businessmen who work for Thomas Wayne, father of Bruce Wayne and husband of Martha.
Why did you say that name?
Oh, fuck off, Ben Affleck! That joke is tired and old, and it pissed off audiences in 2016, and it still pisses them off now. Even Deadpool made fun of it in Deadpool 2. Thomas Wayne in this movie is portrayed differently than in the other Batman films in which he is featured. Here, he's a billionaire running for mayor, and he's portrayed as less sympathetic and a straight-up dick. Especially when Arthur infiltrates a screening of the old Charlie Chaplin classic, Modern Times, a film that I've had the pleasure of watching as part of a college class I took which was on film history. Oh, and we briefly get to see a young Bruce Wayne who Arthur meets by coincidence, until he's told off by Alfred, played by Douglas Hodge. Oh yeah, from the start of the movie to the end, Arthur has been neglected and shunned by society, even those he worked with when he was a party clown. And he's living among the poor with his mother Penny Fleck, played by Frances Conroy. No relation to Kevin Conroy, sadly. She's mentally and physically ill, and we later learn that she is a delusional narcissist who used to work for Thomas Wayne, and insisted that Arthur is his biological son. At first, the audience believes that, but nope, it's just one big pile of bullshit. He should have seen the red flags revealed to him by Thomas Wayne himself, and a worker at Arkham State Hospital played by Brian Tyree Henry. This movie does a phenomenal job at fucking with the audience's expectations when it comes to the characters, especially when Joaquin Phoenix is on screen. His acting here is impeccable. I mentioned this in my review of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, but Joaquin is actually the younger brother of River Phoenix, who died at a very young age. As of this video's upload, I've only seen Joaquin Phoenix in not only Joker, but also when he voiced Keen-Eye in Brother Bear, Her, and Napoleon. I had not seen Gladiator or Walk the Line, but Gladiator 2 is coming out soon, and I would like to check out Gladiator one day, but that's besides the point. Like I said, Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor for this film, and it's the only Oscar he's ever won for Best Actor. He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Gladiator, and nominated for Best Actor for Walk the Line and The Master, and he didn't win that particular award until Joker. My personal favorite scene is where Arthur Fleck, fully dressed as the Joker, dances on the stairs in the real-life Bronx in New York. Those stairs in real life have been dubbed the Joker stairs by fans of the film. And it's right after he murders his co-worker with a pair of scissors, bashes his fucking head against a wall, in front of the only co-worker who was ever nice to him, as he is spared by Arthur.
Finish him!
So much. I just want to.
Fatality.
Yes, this movie's rated R for a reason, folks. Whatever you do, do not show this movie to your kids, no matter how much they love Batman. You can certainly show them other movies featuring the Joker like Tim Burton's Batman and The Dark Knight, but Joker might be a little much for them. That's like watching your average episode of The Boys on Prime Video, all while you're looking after a baby, who happens to be in the room as Homelander leads people in a huge bloody mess. Another fantastic moment is when Arthur, after getting fired from his job for bringing a gun into a children's hospital, shoots the 3 drunk businessmen dead, and he's in the bathroom dancing. That moment right there is just phenomenal. The lighting, the slow dancing, and the musical score are all impeccable. And that's the very moment where he makes a name for himself and slowly goes batshit fucking insane. And the moment where he has truly lost it is when he's invited onto the Murray Franklin show, and he plans on committing suicide on the show with a gun supplied to him by one of his co-workers, who he murders with a pair of scissors towards the film's climax. How he obtained extra bullets for the gun, I have no fucking clue. Not to mention the film's shocking reveal about his mother neglecting him and taking part in his abusive childhood by allowing her abusive boyfriend to abuse him, thus leading to his mental condition. And upon realizing this, he visits her at the hospital following a stroke and suffocates her with a pillow. Audiences were concerned about the film's political violence with scenes involving riots in the streets following the killing of the 3 businessmen, and when protesters wearing clown masks caused mass hysteria all throughout the decaying city of Gotham. They thought the film would inspire real-world violence in the likes of Taxi Driver or Clockwork Orange, but thankfully that was not the case at all. Though yes, Arthur's killing of the 3 men inspired a bunch of protests against the wealthy such as Thomas Wayne, who, like I said, is more of a stuck-up dickhead than previous portrayals of him in movies like 1989 Batman, or Batman Begins, or Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Not to mention Arthur running away from 2 Gotham City detectives on his way over to the Murray Franklin show, which he gets away after they're attacked by protesters wearing clown masks. And when he eventually does make it onto the Murray Franklin show, Arthur asks Murray to be introduced as Joker, since Murray referred to him as a Joker after his failed stand-up act goes viral. And as the show goes on, we get to see Joaquin Phoenix giving an Oscar-winning performance in the best scene in the movie, where he reveals that he's had enough of society treating him unfairly, after he tells a knock-knock joke that's just straight up inappropriate.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It's the police, ma'am. Your son's been hit by a drunk driver. He's dead.
Oh, no, you cannot joke about that.
Yeah, that's not funny, Arthur. That's not the kind of humor we do on this show.
Yeah, that's like making jokes about people with terminal cancer, or someone who's been dealing with suicidal depression. I mean, shows like South Park can get away with making inappropriate nods to real-life problems like COVID, or politics, or drugs and alcohol. But when you're on a live talk show, no, that's not okay. But then again, this is an Oscar-winning performance from Joaquin Phoenix, and this goes to show that Arthur is fed up with society treating him unfairly. And this is where the movie becomes bright and colorful, as the rest of the movie is just straight up dark and gloomy to show how fucked the rest of society has become, not just for Arthur, but for the rest of the city as well. And after telling that morbid knock-knock joke, he confesses to killing the 3 men on the subway. At first, Murray thinks it's another one of his jokes, but Arthur says to him,
There's no punchline. It's not a joke.
and then he rants on about society treating the poor like shit, and he berates Murray for making fun of his viral stand-up act, and he calls him awful, along with the rest of society. And at the end of the show, the unthinkable happens.
You're awful, Murray.
Me? I'm awful? Oh yeah, how am I awful?
Playing my video. Inviting me on the show. You just wanted to make fun of me. You're just like the rest of them.
You don't know the first thing about me, pal. Look what happened because of what you did, what it led to. There were riots out there. 2 policemen are in critical condition. You're laughing. You're laughing. Someone was killed today because of what you did.
I know. How about another joke, Murray?
No, I think we've had enough of your jokes.
What do you get
I don't think so.
when you cross
I think
a
we're
mentally
done
ill
with your
loner
jokes.
with
That's
a
it.
society that abandons him and treats him like trash?
Call the police,
I'll
Gene.
tell you what you get.
Call the police.
You get what you fucking deserve.
And that moment right there is where the entire city of Gotham has gone completely down the shithole. There are massive riots in the city, and one of the clown protesters goes down the alley where the Waynes go, and as he shoots Thomas and Martha dead, he says to them, "You get what you fucking deserve!" And since this is an R-rated movie, this rendition of the killing of Bruce's parents is way more bloodier than in every other PG-13 rated Batman movie. So yeah, in this movie, it's Joker who inspires Bruce Wayne to become Batman, many decades after the events of this movie, and Joker fait lit à deux. And then, one of the best shots in the entire film, where Joker creates a smile using his own blood to show that he is no longer Arthur Fleck. He is now the Joker, the clown prince of crime. And afterwards, he's brought into Arkham thinking about a joke that his new therapist wouldn't understand. And then, the final shot of the hallway of Arthur leaving bloody footprints as he runs away from one of the workers, and that's the end of the movie. I'm giving Joker a 10 out of 10. If I could go any higher, I would. I gave the Batman the exact same score. And it's a rare score I give to movies that I've spoken about on this channel. But Joker, from start to finish, is a masterpiece. Everything about it is a masterpiece. The musical score, the visuals of a gloomy and decaying Gotham City, the direction from Todd Phillips, the screenplay, and especially Joaquin Phoenix's performance in this movie. Although this movie divided critics in regards to his portrayals of mental illness, dark tone, and depiction of violence, this movie takes full advantage of its R rating, complete with blood, uses of the word fuck, especially
Get what you fucking deserve.
This movie is not for the faint of heart, as you can guess. It's violent, it's dark, and it's quite extreme when it comes to depicting mental illness and how society can have a negative mental effect on someone shunned by the rest of society who's had enough of their bullshit. I can imagine this film being studied in film classes in college or even high school. A character study involving one of the most iconic villains in fiction, and how mental illness can have a negative effect on someone looked down upon by the rest of society. Not to mention living in a decaying city affected by poor economy, unemployment, just society being fucked in general. All that aside, Joker is a phenomenal film from start to finish, and it should be on everyone's bucket list. It's not for everyone, as you can imagine, but it's a phenomenal film filled with one of Joaquin Phoenix's best performances, a great musical score, outstanding visuals, and a powerful message about how society can have a negative effect on someone's mental health. I can't recommend this movie enough. It should be on everyone's bucket list. And after the film's success at the box office, it would eventually get a sequel 5 years later, which I will be looking at next month. Stay tuned for my upcoming review of Joker Folie à Deux coming next month. Till then, I'll see you all next time.